Once upon a time, in a faraway village, there was a magical forest near its edge. This was no ordinary forest. Its trees glowed at night like twinkling stars, and birds sang melodies that no one had ever heard before. Although everyone in the village was hesitant to enter, they always spoke of a great secret hiding within. This is the story of a brave and curious child who discovered that enchanted secret. The Enchanted Forest and the Light Thief. A day in the magical forest. Our heroine, little Ella, was an 8-year-old girl with braided hair and sparkling eyes full of curiosity. Ella had always believed in the magical forest. From the stories her grandmother told her, and she longed to go there. But in the village, everyone warned her, saying, "Don't go into the forest. Sometimes the lights disappear and no one knows why." Still, Ella's heart burned with the desire to uncover the mystery. One day, she summoned her courage. While her mother worked in the garden, Ella quietly slipped out and headed straight for the enchanted forest. As Ella ventured deeper, the beams of light shining through the leaves enchanted her. "It's just as Grandma said," she whispered to herself. Along the way, she encountered a squirrel. The squirrel looked at Ella cautiously and said, "Little girl, why are you here? Go back home before night falls." Surprised, Ella asked, "Why? Is there something dangerous in the forest?" The squirrel shook its head. "Every night, the lights are stolen. No one knows who the thief is, but everyone feel its presence. Don't stay too long." Then it darted away quickly. Despite the warning, Ella decided to go even deeper into the forest. As she walked, the glowing lights began to fade one by one. Her heart raced. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and an eerie silence fell over the forest. It was then Ella noticed someone sitting on a large rock. The figure wore a long black cloak and held a glowing ball of light in their hands, shrinking it smaller and smaller. Gathering her courage, Ella shouted, "Who are you? Why are you stealing the lights?" The cloaked figure turned slowly to face her. His eyes glowed like small flames. "You are the first human to see me, little girl. I am the light thief. The magic of this forest feeds me, and these lights are my lifeblood." Ella took a step forward. "But if you steal the lights, won't the forest die? And if the forest dies, you'll disappear too," she asked. The light thief paused, surprised. No one had ever spoken to him this way before. Ella continued, "Why don't you befriend the forest instead? If you give back the lights, maybe its magic will make you even stronger." The light thief thought for a moment, then asked, "How do we do that?" Ella quickly came up with a plan. The light thief would release all the stolen lights back into the forest, and its magic would flourish again. Ella and the light thief climbed onto the rock. Ella encouraged him, saying, "Now set the lights free." The light thief opened his hands, and in an instant, thousands of glowing orbs rose into the sky. Like stars, they floated back to the branches of the trees and the petals of flowers. The forest began to shine brighter than ever. From that day forward, the light thief never stole the lights again. Instead, he became a guardian of the forest, protecting its magic and those who ventured into its depths. Ella returned to the village, where no one believed her story except for her grandmother, who smiled knowingly and said, "So you've uncovered the secret of the forest." From that day on, the enchanted forest never lost its glow again, because Ella's courage and kindness had saved it. So children, sometimes even in the darkest places, you can find a spark of light. All you need is courage and a heart full of kindness. Now close your eyes, imagine the glowing lights of the enchanted forest, and drift off to sweet dreams. Good night.